Oratory power has gone up. Okay, so what does that unlock? Extended diplomacy, control range modifier. I have no idea what that even means. A impact and bribe character cost. Okay, so bribery reduction would be quite nice. I wonder what the mixed gender setting at game start does compared to developing laws for gender equality later in the game. I think it basically means that you get the late game gender equality stuff early. Although some nations already have it. So for example, the Iberian nations, many of their cultures are already gender equal, I believe. At least if you look at their councils, they're very mixed. Except I can't look at the councils because I'm on observer mode. This is something I noticed when I was doing the observer thing for the long multiplayer game. Most tribes start agnatic cognatic, don't they? I don't think so. I think most of them start. Which is the one with men only. Agnatic. At least Langobards is definitely agnatic. Brittonic as well, I think. Yes, you're right. Some of the British ones also mixed. Iberian druids and the Brittani druids all do. So is that just a druidic thing? It's a religious. Ooh, Iberic's getting squished. Druidic is growing. Chustic is basically hasn't changed. Zalmoxian is being slowly but surely usurped by Chustic. My bad. A freak accident at the age of 77. The governor of Bohemia has died. Okay, so we need another governor of Bohemia. We just don't have very many good people for this. Although local pop growth is nice, and also the commerce income. Let's go with Theodos, though his loyalty leaves a little bit to be desired. But I suspect that as we make him a governor, his loyalty goes up too. Yep. Apparently people like being governors. Agnatic cognatic succession rules don't apply to all roles. You can have women as rulers. That's it, so I thought. I would have thought there was a way of setting that, and I haven't seen it, with the exception of the succession law. Maritime laws is naval stuff. Taxation is tax versus commerce. Domestic laws, citizen happiness, culture group, loyalty, slaves, citizen promotion cost, 50% cheaper. No, but they produce 10% less. That would have been useful earlier on, but now we've done a pretty good job of converting most of our people that we wanted to convert to citizens. Sponsored scholars would be nice. I don't think I necessarily need that legitimacy anymore. Yeah, I think we may well get sponsored scholars. Although, in decisions, we wanted the plutocratic economy. And that's going to require infrastructure policy. And either transaction tax or notaries. Infrastructure policy is here. Increases build costs, but it does increase the national pop growth. I think we may well save up some oratory and start doing some tax changes. Is there even a Basque culture at this point? I don't think so. I think that came about later. Aquitanian, Ilguretian, Vasconian, Vasconian, Cantabrian, and Ortrigonian. I mean, admittedly, this is after some changes. We are like 100 years into the game now. Vasconian is Basque. Okay. There you go. Wow, our maximum manpower is now 373,000. That's quite a lot. The governor of Vistula's just died as well. Blimey. Everyone's falling over dead. We'll go for more pop growth. Unless there is a scholar. Citizen output, that would do it. Some of these people are absolutely atrocious. Do it. Fistula has a lot of citizens. It's like 2/3 of my tech output comes from the Vistula. It'll also give us some more money too. Okay. We still have a lot of aggressive expansion. I want to let that burn down for a bit longer. I've actually looked at the rest of the world for a while. Egypt is still divided between Egypt and 3 dashes. Carthage has grown. Constantinople has been doing extremely well. Ooh, Rome has spread into Iberia. Rome continues to grow. Dorbunia has taken over most of Britain at this point. The Gallic nations haven't really consolidated. I mean, there's some consolidation going on, but nobody's like really arisen as a major power there. Thrace, Macedon doing well. Paphlagonia, Bambyce, Phrygia. Phrygia's still alive, but they're the most divided nation I think I've ever seen. Like all these yellow dots, that's all Phrygia. The Seleucids are coming back. They used to be just the coastline, but they are slowly but surely spreading inland. Mauryan revolt continues again. And then South Tonadu is looking fairly strong here in the south, although they are losing a bunch to occupation. Parthians emerged. Venomous Tongue, the governor of Boya, is a particularly weasel-like man. In fact, he's making himself clear now more than ever. I don't know why that loses loyalty with the province rather than him, but apparently it does. You need to conquer some people to get some better families, yes I know. I still have AE I want to burn down, plus we are still kind of recovering from the war with Thrace. AE something you get against all nations you have borders with, or only against the ones that are in the area you're expanding? Not actually sure. I think it's in the areas you expand in, because we've expanded a lot down here, we've expanded a lot up here. So like everything in the middle, which is these yellow ones, they just don't really care. Thrace and Macedon are a bit angry, and Varnia is kind of angry, because Varnia is the one we took the land from. Oh, Varnia spread up into Sweden. Interesting. So who would we go after next? Caluconia? Luonia? Though Luonia would be a difficult one to take out. I think Varnia, frankly, would be a good choice, because then we can get the whole of Denmark. Or another war against Thrace. This time with all of our forces here in the south. How long's the truce? Do we even have a truce? Oh, no, truce is gone. Thrace has an alliance with Phrygia. What's Rome's diplomacy like? Lots of truces, but that's it. No allies. Varnia. It's being guaranteed by people, but no allies. Langobards is their subject. No! They must die for this! This insult! Cousin, what's going on here? You should be on my side. I'll need to put that correct. Marshal our forces. This insult cannot be allowed. Oh yeah, can I get rid of your light infantry and random cavalry? No. Let's send you here. Right, because we're going to be fighting Verinia as well, so I don't... Ah, you're the cavalry. Let's back you off to, like, here. So yeah, let's have you here. And Geraldus we're going to leave behind. Schmo. Come here. Tank stuck. Here. Bosnick. Here. And Cubic. He's already going there. And we'll hire some mercenaries when we start to actually do the occupations. How big is Phrygia? Not very. Population-wise, actually, there's still 2,000 people. Definitely not out. Down, but not out. And we can get the next technology. Siege ramps. The use of siege towers and battering rams was often rendered ineffective due to adverse terrain. The practice of constructing great ramps of earth or rubble towards enemy fortifications allowed siege engines to pass unhindered. And that's even more fort defense. Still trying to find that attrition +1. No, I'm not a vassal, Princess Peach. There's two nations called Langobardia. There's these little red guys up here, and then there's the not so small brown guys over here. These guys seem to be in constant civil wars. I'm sure that's like the third or the fourth that we've seen. Oh, the woes of the tribes. Oh. Here come the legions, storming along the roads. Cost me 209 to fabricate that claim. Barbarians, eh? I need cavalry. Tribal people request migration. Do they indeed? A sizable quantity of tribal people resident in the city of Tiriscum have requested permission of the local administrative officers to cross the border into the land owned by a neighbour. So we can say yes, and 4 tribesmen leave. We can redirect them somewhere else, so we can say no! And we're going to say no! Clan Siggy retinue doesn't seem to be very strong. Just need to beat them in a fight so they withdraw somewhere else which doesn't have a fort. Because apparently that's how you settle them. Basically just free population. I'm actually half tempted to tear down the forts on my borders now. I mean, they're going to be hitting my civilization levels over here, annoyingly. That's it. More population? Cool. And they always appear as freemen as well, not tribesmen. No, these have got to be tribesmen. We don't have that many. Do we have any Astians left? Yeah, I was fairly sure that we wiped out Estonian. He used to be up here. It's one province. which is Matris. That's not even Estonian. Except I think that is their religion. So how come you are considered dominant Estonian? Because you are. We have loads of religious power. There we are. Gone! Trying to say you'll be back to Kalinas in 2 weeks, 3 days. Fair enough. You put fort one territory from the border, they must go around the zone of control of your fort. It's not so much that I'm bothered about that, it's that I put the forts here so they stop sieging stuff down. But now that I know that they actually have to siege something down in order to settle, I think I'm just going to get rid of the forts here. Oh, so much money that's just going down the drain. I mean, it's not like I'm going to get attacked over here by anyone else. $219. We require 209. What are these provinces? Chaucia seems to make the most sense, although Anglia is this one, but Chaucia is the one which is the nearest us, so it's the one which is going to get attacked the hardest. $19 a month. We currently make 16. Okay. I'll do. Anglia and Denmark. That's where it originally came from. The Jutes and the Angles were... Sorry, the Jutes, the Angles and the Saxons were all Danish. So the Anglo-Saxons of Britain are actually so named because of the Angles and the Saxons. Baywood Bound and Chiefs Fanboy, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Right, can I fight you again? I want to fight them. Yay. Boom. War. We're going to war. And then you guys can basically just hold the front line. In fact, may as well just back off one. Because if they attack Fosia, they can just sit there and take attrition while I take out Langobardia. In fact, Langobardia is not even going to join this fight. Bah humbug! There's no reason for me to be here. Except for the fact that they can just cross over. If they have access through you. So they might. I started this war just at the start of winter. Like, terrible timing. So I think I'm going to sit in my own lands until the end of winter and then we'll march on. That's how Rome fell. They deleted their forts and settled the barbarians. Right. Schole, religious tech investment, sacrifice of the gods cost, or ruler popularity gain. That's a big pop gain. And once again, I'm going to fail to get through the military inventions. Grrr. Right, do we have anywhere where you guys can actually sit and not take attrition? Actually, yes. Well then. Right, and I have boats now. Do they have boats? They have less boats than I have boats. Let's boat. Oh, 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 oh. Hang on, hang on. Get back in here. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to say blockade hostile coast. Are you going to move? Apparently not. Oh, there's a big army. Need to see what they try to do. Saxonia? Saxonia. Saxonia is marsh. Civics and military. We're now military 17. What are you? 18. And the next ones are pirate spawn chance, naval movement speed, and then naval maintenance. That's a lot of naval stuff. Oh, hello. Gonna wait until you come storming in. You have mostly archers, chariots, and light cavalry. So I think that bottleneck is our best option here. Gonna wait until you're locked in, then I'm gonna send in reinforcements. Bottleneck. Bottleneck. You go and take Saxonia. You come up here. Oh, they're bringing in reinforcements too. This is going to be one hell of a fight. Has the patch been released to everyone? The one that gives you the ability to automate navies. That's been there since the game was released. That's always been there. Okay, they are coming in with a lot of troops. And unfortunately they are skirmishing, which is countering me. What counters skirmish? Skirmish is countered by triplex or deception. So let's see what we can do about deceiving them. Unfortunately we do have the negative. But their archers are fighting my heavy infantry. Their archers have... well, actually, these two are basically no effect to each other, so this is just going to be a matter of discipline. My 54% discipline for the loyal units and 40% for the non-loyal versus 32. My heavy cavalry is going to be fighting their light cavalry and their chariots. My heavy cavalry rock against those. Both sides are losing quite a few troops here. Alright. We are still bottlenecking. Need someone who's a better commander to make it into this fight. I mean, we're crushing it. We're doing a ton of damage, but they are coming in with twice as many troops again. And now they are hurting more of us than we are of them. This is a huge fight. We are still winning, but now we are losing more men. Now we've got deception active, and we have the deception bonus because that was my unit with weird stuff coming in with light cavalry and skirmishers. And now we're doing the extra damage. Excellent. That was Hakon, and Hakon's my best army. Civil War ends again, apparently. 18,000 of their troops were... no, 18,000 of ours were killed, 26,000 of theirs. That was a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Well done. So, who took the most damage? That would be you. Let's spread out, start taking some more land while they're trying to retreat. They will only blockade ports, not the entire coast. It only works on ports. Oh, okay. Hold down their fleets then, because I know they have one somewhere. Oh, they're over here. And we have another invention. Citizen output plus 5%. That's basically 5% more technology. I think I'm going to go with the naval movement speed, because I really want to find that attrition invention. It's just that my technologies are cycling through so fast and my civic production sucks, and it's gonna suck for a long time. A method of rigging sails, the Latine allowed ships to tack against the wind, greatly improving maneuverability. Yeah, I'm really not sure how this is going to work. All of these military techs are naval, and I really don't care about that right now. After this battle, I'm on negative manpower. Nope, still positive. And I can always just bring in more mercenaries if I need to. That fort is going to be blocking further access into Varinia. I'm actually quite impressed they managed to bring as many troops into this war as they did. 95 cohorts against my 205. I mean, admittedly, like half of my army is just not moving. How old's my king now? 62. Yeah, he's been around a while. I'm thinking the Pompey patch that gives more naval units a fair way from being released. Yes, that's true. June. Pompey is due to be in June. Ascor and Kotisi is a fine display of financial acumen has made a significant alteration to the national budget. We should expect to see much better revenues this year. He's loyal enough. Excellent! More money. Can't complain about that. Wait, a few sessions ago went Varinia in Germany more than it is in Denmark. Yeah, but that's because there's somebody else who is more in Germany now. And kind of pushed Varinia out. Yes, that was me. What kind of terrain is this? I hate how on this screen it does not tell you what terrain this is. Alright, so they're moving in. I'm going to wait until they're locked. Do we want to stay on deception? I think we're going to go skirmishing for you. We'll start moving everything else in. Well, you stay here. You stay here. You guys move in. I want to see if they're bringing in their full army or not. What if they do? Skirmish, skirmish. So you need to be deception. And you are! This is going to be a massacre. Here they come. I thought they might not. Cool.